The life by which you choose to live is determined by what you give your wholeness to. The life by which you experience and persist in is all about what you are giving yourself to, what you are being a part of, what your wholeness is attached to. You see, because we come into this life a baby, a freshborn baby. We all know babies are innocent. Kids are innocent for a very long time. They don't have bad intention. Yet as we grow through life and as we go through it, we learn different ways of being. We learn different things, different intentions that are possible. Right? We learn of different realities that maybe attract us, or maybe some repulse us. And based on these different things that we experience and learn about the world, we choose what our intention is. We choose what our concept of the world is, our concept of self, how we fit into the world. And so by that nature, what we determine is what we continue to choose to let happen. It is what we choose to consistently be a part of and allow parts of our self, our wholeness, be with one within. We allow for our energy it's so incredibly strong how much energy we have as human beings. But when our wholeness is diverted, what our wholeness is diverted into determines how our energy is used. It determines how much energy we perceive that we have. Because we can all imagine that, say, some big corporate, some massively successful entrepreneur of some type who's done amazing things for the world or their community, their family, whatever it may be. It's easy to see, unless you're hurt by pain, it's easy to see that these people put their energy where their mouth was. They put their energy into what it was they wanted to bring about in the world. You see, they saw the world as their oyster, as the saying goes, and they cracked it open and ate that motherfucker. Whatever you want to say, right? But my point is that they figured out and understood how to place their energy where they wanted to go. They understood that to be able to bring something to fruition, you have to give part of yourself to it. And to be able to do that, you have to have enough of yourself to begin with. Your energy must not be diverted among many different things that have no productive means of getting to what it is that you want to have. Meaning, when Elon Musk was and is working 16, 18 many hour days, he's not scrolling on TikTok or watching TV, right? He's not reading the newspaper. He's doing what it takes to do the job. He is productivity focused. I'm not saying that we all need to be like Elon Musk. But what I'm saying is that if you wish to create the reality that you want, you must learn how to direct your energy. You must know what it is to be whole. You must know how to control where you're putting your energy. What your concepts of the world say, to which by which you determine your energy, how your energy will flow. Where attention goes, energy flows. And that's all based on your concept of the world, your concept of self, your concept of what you're putting attention to. You see, two different people can look at, say, the economic marketplace. The same upbringing, different reactions to their upbringing, different senses of self within the marketplace. One could have a self-pitying mindset that feels they'll never have anything, that feels that they're not worthy of anything because of their reaction to their upbringing. Maybe the parent was a little bit harder on that child. They had it a little bit worse than the other child in a certain way. And they chose to react, and then they chose to react that way, and then as time went on, they didn't remove that learned behavior from the childhood, that painful reminder. Whereas the other child, maybe they had it almost just as bad, but they chose to react properly, and they understand that they can have anything. They understand that they're not limited simply because of their childhood or something they went through or some emotional reaction that holds them back. They're not limited by that. So one becomes successful and one doesn't, despite the same upbringing, relatively. You see, one knows more so their sense of wholeness. They've taken the time to gather what it is about themselves that they can understand, to which then they can control the concepts of the world that they choose to act by. Whereas the other, they weren't whole. They lost their sense of wholeness through life, their sense of being, and their concept of self that was capable and is. Because of the pain, because of their concept of themselves and what they chose to recreate. You see, it's up to us and only us to be whole, to control our concept of self, and to be an individual who can do what it is that we wish to do. Guys, be that individual. It's not about what's in the physical reality. It's about your understanding of yourself within the world. It's about what you accept to be true of your life, what your imagination can see and bring to reality. Break the ties to the physical world that aren't helping you, and become an individual who is whole, who is purposeful, who takes action upon their own accord. Not just action, not just any old action, inspired action. Inspired action by which it is coming from an inspiring vision. Something that you can see internally, something that you've spent your whole life or a considerable amount of time fostering within your mind to understand. Have that bigger picture, that bigger picture that brings you clarity, that brings you a sense of understanding, of love and appreciation, because you deserve it. Don't let nobody tell you that you don't deserve it. Love your life, guys. I love you. Let's go.